Pack a bowl, my friend, and don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend, and then we'll ride up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you? Good afternoon, y'all. Yeah, it's Sunday afternoon here, about 2 p.m., 2:08, here in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. Um, yeah, so it's been a little while, y'all. I got busy. I had things that were pressing and had to do. That happens. Y'all have lives too. It happens. Things happen. I'm not one of those daily or weekly content creators. So I think, you know, it doesn't matter. Uh, or at least it was something that wasn't too shocking. And that's fine. I stop back by whenever I can and, talk about things. Um, but I hope y'all been doing well. I really do. I know a lot of people say that, y'all, but I mean it. I really do. Some of y'all um, I've grown quite fond of. And I do care when I say that I hope you're doing well. Um, and you know who you are. Either way, y'all, today I'm smoking a Johnny P pipe. This is a pipe that I made from start to finish, except for the band, y'all. I didn't make the band. Um, and some of you might have seen me when I made this pipe. I think it was last year or maybe the year before. I can't remember. Um, but and then an ebonite stem for it. I have something. Oh, this is pear wood, y'all. This is pear wood, and this is the one I just let patina on its own. It was nice and good wood when I first made it, and now it's just kind of patinaed like this, and I think it's fun to watch uh, a raw pipe, raw wood. Morgan Bones, y'all, a pipe maker, they make a lot of raw wood pipes that you can either stain on your own or let them patina. Um, what's the other one? There's one other one that I'm forgetting. It's downstairs. Good Lord, maybe it'll come to me, y'all. There's another pipe maker out there, and there may be a number of them. These are ones that come to mind um, that make a bare wood pipe that you're allowed to do what you want or let it patina on its own. And it's kind of neat to watch a unfinished wood patina on its own. And I don't know if the tar, tobacco tar, or whatever you want to call it, is soaking through the wood to make it darker like that. The heat, or if it's just the oils from my hands from touching this. Because I do take this to work, y'all, and I am a mechanic, and I do step out for a pipe every now and then, and could have greasy hands. I'm not one of those mechanics that wears gloves a lot. Sometimes in the wintertime I will, but in the summertime I'm an old school mechanic, y'all. And when the weather's good, I gotta have um, my bare fingers to be able to feel the parts that I'm working on. I know a lot of mechanics nowadays they use gloves, and that's fine. That's good. Um, I like to feel the nuts and bolts of what I'm working on, because sometimes you're working blind. Enough of that, y'all. I do like the patina look, and I have something to show you. I tried something new, so I was looking up we're going to talk about those wraps I told you I was going to make here later, just so you know. But anyways, I tried something new. I was looking for, and I don't know why. I don't know how I came across it and figured it out. I was looking for filters, a pipe filter. Actually, I was looking for something else. I think maybe pipe cleaners. Anyways, this filter for pipes came, of course, on my feed on Amazon. And I said, wow, that I'm curious about that. So did a little studying. Anyways, I found a filter. It's a metal filter, y'all. A metal filter. And I'm going to show you what it looks like, both on my pipe, and I got a picture of it that I screenshotted from the Chinazon. I don't think YouTube likes it when you show other people's stuff. They they get upset with you for copyright infringes and all that stuff. So I took a picture of it. There you go. That way nobody gets upset. Um, Anyways, it's a pipe filter that goes in your stem. Kind of something along the idea of the Dr. Pearl Jr. These, of course, 9mm filters. I'm sure a number of you have used them. They work in your 9mm stems, 9mm pipes. Have charcoal inside. I'm sure most of you that have these have broken them open because you wanted to see what was inside. Little chunks of charcoal in there that grab onto the tar, and some even say the nicotine. I don't think so, but definitely the tar, and soak up some of the spit, maybe the moisture that's built up in the pipe, and they work pretty good. And I don't use them all the time. Sometimes I think to myself, yeah, I'd like a filter, and sometimes I just don't. So it all depends on how I'm feeling, y'all. But then I've used these screens. Like I said, I like options, y'all. I like options. Um, so sometimes I may fully load up a pipe, y'all. I may have a filter in it. I may have a screen at the bottom of it. Shit, I even tried them stupid cooling rocks one time. There you go. I'm listing that name again. Same company that makes the pipes makes these cooling rocks. But I got these little screens too, y'all. I got a ton of them here. Got those from the Chinazon too. You can barely see. But yeah, I mean, shit, they give you a ton of them. And you just push those down in your pipe and keeps, small particles of tobacco and stuff from shooting up your stem and sometimes getting in your mouth, y'all. I've sat there and taken a nice good hit off the pipe and suck on and get a small piece of tobacco. Um, so screens are pretty good too. All the little things you can do to your pipe, dress it up, mechanically fix it up, all that stuff. I think it's shoot, I even got one of these screens too, y'all. Look at this screen. Um, it's made in like a little bowl, the flat top on it. I'm sure a lot of you have seen that. Screen mesh is not as tight as the other ones, but you can just drop that basically down in your pipe. Does the same thing. I've never used this one. But anyways, I was looking for these filters, ran across them, like I said, and it's a filter that goes in your stem, like the 9mm Dr. Pearls. But what made me curious about them is they have what looks like no filtering capabilities. I'm like, how are you going to call it a filter if it doesn't have a filter? Does that make sense? Let me show it to you here real quick, y'all. Um, so here's a picture of it. I have one in my stem right now, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But you take this, so now this is split right here, y'all. You can see that point. It's split. This ball portion of it stays on the outside of the stem. You take the split portion of it and you wedge it in a stem that'll fit, mainly for a style stem. Um, some of your Savinellis, other brands, they'll give you an adapter that'll go in a 9 millimeter hole to bring it down to a 3 millimeter hole for a tighter draw. It all depends on what you want. But these filters will fit in a 3 millimeter. Um, and I said, well, how does that work? And so I was reading some of the reviews on it and stuff, and people were saying, hey, they work. It makes some outrageous claims. It says it will filter out the nicotine, the tar, and all, of course, all the unwanted stuff. And I said, yeah, I could see some of it, but nicotine it's going to flow through. So whatever you want to do. But I was so curious that I ordered some, y'all. They give you a pack of like 10 of them, I think it was, for like $20. You can get them in gold or this color here, silver. Now I got mine in gold. Yeah, gold. And I've been using it for about off and on for about 2 weeks now. And do they work? In some aspects, I believe they do. And so what happens is you would think, well, you're plugging up your stem with this split looking plug. So you're thinking that's going to tighten my draw. How do I even draw the smoke in at that point? Well, from what I figure is it's got this slice here on both sides. And as you draw, it goes through the slice and then up the stem. Um, what happens is your tar and unwanted stuff all collects on this ball and the shank area here of this so-called filter. And time to time, you have to pull your stem and clean it. You'll see if you use it, if maybe some of you have, and it'll get all tarred up. And maybe you'll feel your draw get a little tighter on the pipe. Then you'll know, okay, I got to clean this thing. And you know, it happens every couple bowls, maybe. And you pull it, you clean it off with a napkin or whatever. You could wash it if you wanted to, and then put it back in. Um, I don't know, y'all. Let me get out here. We'll talk a little bit more about it. But do I think it's something that is game changer for the pipe? No, not really, y'all. I just a person that's curious. I like to, see things and how does it work? What's going on there? I'm a mechanic, y'all, so by nature, I want to see how things work. So here it is. Like I said, mine is gold. I've got a couple gold ones here. And so let's see if we can see how that works. Well, so like I said, you draw through the slice in the side, underneath and on top, and I suppose you could put it sideways just by turning it. But it'll come out just like this. And it'll get some tar on it. Let's see if it's not enough for me to show it to y'all, but anyways, I just cleaned this one too anyway, so and you just take it like this and it just wedges in the stem. And you don't want to push it too tight because it'll cause that slice to wedge in tight, which is going to, of course, tighten your draw on the pipe. Maybe some of you like that, but maybe some of you don't. Otherwise, so you got to find that little sweet spot, put it in there, and then put it back in your pipe. And like I said, well, so what's in the pipe, y'all? Today I'm smoking H&H Mecbian Burley Flake. Right there. And it's good stuff. It's just a good burley flake taste, y'all. Yeah, so, well, it does have some Virginia and a small amount of dark fired Kentucky. So basically burley, some Virginia, and dark fired Kentucky. I'm sure a lot of you have tried this, y'all. It's H&H. Who hasn't tried H&H, y'all? Anyways, that's what's in the pot. Light it up. Yeah, burley's definitely the strong part of that blend. That's why they would call it burley flake. Um, but so it doesn't really take away from your draw. The filter, of course, I'm getting back to that. I mean, it tightens your draw a little bit, and that's good. You get a tighter draw, you're going to get more flavor. Um, and of course, it causes you to sip the pipe. Your bowl will last a little longer for those of you that like longevity in your smoking session. Yeah. So, what do y'all think of that? I could do with it. I could do without it. That's this little filter right here. The neat thing I thought about it, y'all, is it's washable and reusable. So longevity wise of it, being that you don't drop it or lose it, you could use it basically forever, I guess. In certain pipes, they don't fit all my pipes, but some of them they do. And I mean, these right here are great too, but you got to buy a constant supply of them once they run out. This box, I don't know how many it came with. It doesn't want to tell you. Um, okay, it says it comes with 180 of them in this box. I guess I could have seen that right there, y'all. 180 of them of the Dr. Pearl Juniors, and these are 9 millimeters, so they won't fit every pipe. You know, every pipe maker, they'll either go 9 millimeter, they'll go 3 millimeter. Some even go smaller than that, y'all. I got a pipe here from France, and it won't fit either of them. The hole on this stem is really small, really small. Um, my Ben Wade, which is an English pipe, it's the same way. It's got a very small draw hole, so I can't put filters in there at all. And some people don't like filters. Some people do. It's fine. See, like I said, I like options, y'all. Maybe I'm feeling like a filter. Maybe I'm not. Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. Um, but so what do y'all think of this? Have you used these filters? These steel filters? And what was your thoughts on them if you've used them? If you haven't and you're curious, they're on Amazon, like I said. Look up 3 millimeter tobacco pipe filter, and you'll run across them. And you can read reviews for yourself and all that good stuff. And it might be something that's interests you. You know, the biggest thing I liked about it, other than my curiosity, was it's reusable. You can wash it and reuse it again. Um, versus, like I said, the other charcoal filters, one-time use, gone. Well, I mean, sometimes you can get a couple bowls out of them before they get saturated, but either way. So I thought that was neat. I was a little curious about it, and I thought I'd pass it on to y'all. Um, Either way, before we get on to the wraps that I'm gonna make, y'all, one one of the things that kept me from making a video was last week we decided to do one of the things that I really do not enjoy doing. And maybe there's some of you out there that are okay with it. But painting our house, y'all. We decided my house is an older house, made in 1976, bicentennial year for those of you that know. 1976. It's an old house. Luckily, it has a nice cement foundation. A lot of your older houses, at least here in Texas, I could be other places, they're pier and beam. So you go into the 60s and the 50s and buy, those eras of homes here in Texas, you'll see pier and beam. Pier and beam, the that works. But the way the earth shifts here in Texas, it shrinks and expands and shrinks and expands. Your house will be unsettled and unleveled over time. Of course, pier and beams a little easier to level than a foundation of cement. That can be done also, but we have a foundation, and luckily, where I live, the earth does not shift like that. So I'm very fortunate because of all the shale rock that we have underneath us here. But 1976, older house, and we decided to go ahead and paint it. It looked as if this house had never been painted since day one, from what I could tell. I sanded through some of it, and it just doesn't look like it. Anyways, we decided to go ahead and paint it. I was fine with the normal off-white color of the whole house, but we decided to paint it, kind of update it a little bit. My wife wanted it to be updated, and so we are doing that. That's why I didn't do a video. It's a pain in the ass, y'all, painting a house. I don't mind just rolling the walls. It's the cutting. Excuse me, y'all. So you got to cut in around your windows, your trim, everywhere that you have a color change, maybe you got to cut. And if you got a really good cutting brush, I like Wooster myself. You got the two main brands, Wooster and Purdy. I like a Wooster stubby cutting brush, and it takes a lot of patience, a lot of time. So cutting, yeah, it's so boring, y'all. A lot of work. And I got 18-foot ceilings in my living room, so I had to extend my ladder. Good Lord. That's why I didn't make a video, amongst other reasons. But anyways, stop back by again here today. My last video, which said it was 2 weeks ago, we had talked about how I would like to make another wrap, pipe wrap, pipe case, pipe bag, whatever you want to call it. And I'd like to do it with the help of the winner. And I asked y'all to comment on the materials that I showed you, giving me, ideas of what you would like. Now, of course, the winners or winner will conversate, and they'll figure out, which one they like. But, give me some ideas. Did you like this suede? Did you like this leather? And a number of reasons. Now, we're going to go back to that video, and I'll show it to you really quick. And I'm going to talk about something here. So here's the video I made y'all 2 weeks ago. I got very little comments, and like I said, I had asked y'all to comment on what material you think would look good as a wrap and all that good stuff. And the only 2 comments I got was from Mr. Dennis Albers. Thank you, sir. And from Mr. I'm assuming Mr. Please forgive me if it's not. Mr. D. Hicks talked about he likes the dark brown, and Mr. Dennis Albers said he kind of likes the oily suede, which I think that's the dark brown because that's the darker of the 2. So I guess both of them liked it. The rest of you had some very nice comments, and of course let me know that my audio took a shit. I know. Yeah, that happens, y'all. I ain't no big computer whiz, So things like that happen. Thank you for holding in there. Um, but we only had two people that commented. And anyways, so I was gonna have, a GAW with a number of people, and we would go ahead and spin the wheel and all that stuff. But since we only got two people that really seemed like uh, they cared, I've decided to go ahead and make one for each of you. And with the help of Mr. Dennis Albers and Mr. D. Hicks, we're going to make a tobacco wrap for you. And we're going to do it together, if you would like. That makes it easier, y'all. I don't got to spin. It's only two, so we can do two. Not a problem. Um, and take care of that. And now I also understand you can say, well, Johnny, I've already got tobacco wraps. That's why I didn't comment. And that's fine. So I understand that. Maybe you didn't want to comment. Maybe you don't care about a tobacco wrap. That's fine. So this makes it easier on me. I got Mr. Dennis Albers and Mr. D. Hicks that commented, I'm not going to spin the wheel on two people. I think it's fair enough. I'll just go ahead and make two. And we'll talk about it through email. So, like I said, Mr. Dennis Albers, Mr. D. Hicks, email me. We'll get the lines of communication open there, and we'll figure it out. We'll make it. Now I'll come back in videos, and I'll show you all how I'm making them, the progress, what we're doing. Kind of neat, especially for Mr. Dennis and Mr. D. Hicks. You can see your wrap being made before I send it out to you. So that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. If some of y'all missed out, well, that happens. Maybe some of you say, Johnny, I just don't want one of your wraps. I don't need one. That's fine too. Like I said. But so that's what we're going to do. I'll leave my email in the area down below. Now, I did go over these comments a number of times to make sure I didn't miss anybody. And like I said, the only comments I seen was Mr. D. Hicks right there saying dark brown. The only other comment, of course, was Mr. Dennis Albers right here, where he says he kind of likes the oily suede right there. Let's see, does it? Yeah, oily suede with the red as a liner. I think it would be a good as a pipe wrap. So there you go. So I had two comments. So, like I said, why spin the wheel on two people? I'm gonna make two of them. Now, Mr. Dennis, Mr. D. Hicks, maybe you were just being kind and making a good comment. Maybe you don't want a pipe wrap. That's fine too. If you don't want one, just let me know. Or if you don't email me, then I'll know you just didn't want one. But if you do, email me and we'll figure it out and we'll get it going. But anyways, y'all, that's that. That's how the cookie crumbles on that one. And we'll get into other projects down the line, more stems, maybe some more custom pipe stands out of leather. What else do we do? The wraps, stems. I want to get back into making a couple more pipes, but that's more time consuming. And new ideas, new fresh ideas. I was thinking about, oh yeah, the pipe tampers. I don't even have any of my own tampers, y'all. I've been giving them away. I need to make myself one. I also thought about doing something similar to this, y'all. Of course, this is a cheap China thing. So you got the normal old school tamper dottle pick and another style of spoon right here. Kind of like my old one here that I have. A lot of you have seen these. A lot of you probably even have them. But what's neat is I can also affix a pipe stand to it. But of course, out of real leather. This is from China, and it's not real leather. So I can make one of these out of real leather, real nice one. Put some little dottle pick kit inside there. So there's lots of cool things we can make in the future here, y'all. And that's what I'd like to do going forward. But here in the very near future, uh, tentative on Mr. D Hicks or Mr. Dennis Albers emailing me, we're gonna make a couple more wraps, and we'll see how that goes. That should be fun. But I appreciate y'all stopping by and having a little smoke with me and talking about that filter. See what you think about those, and the pipe wraps that we're doing here in the very near future. I hope everything's going well for you in your neck of the woods, y'all. I hope the weather really hot here in Dallas, but that's to be expected. It's August, y'all. That's the way it goes. And I hope the weather's treating you well wherever you're at. And I hope you're getting something good to eat and something good to smoke. That's for sure. Until next week, y'all. Hopefully I'll have an answer from Mr. D Hicks or Mr. Dennis Albers. We'll get the ball rolling on that. We'll see that. Y'all take care of yourselves, and we'll see you. Pack a bowl, my friend, and don't forget to pass that blend. Pack it up, my friend, and then we'll light up and we'll smoke in the ashes in the end. Pack a bowl, my friend. Pass me that blend, would you?